I have with me now an artist, filmmaker, writer. She spent over a decade in the advertising world telling stories for the biggest brands in India and Southeast Asia. Her very latest season of anthology, Unkahi Kahaniya on Netflix, is unusual and fascinating. Please join me. I have here with me Ashwini Iyer Tiwari. Ashwini, hi, good evening to you. Ashwini, can you hear me? You're on mute.
Yeah, this is the thing. You forget that you have muted yourself, and then again you have to say, "Oh, you're on mute," and half of the sentence is gone. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Nice to see you. You've been doing some incredibly great work, I can see, and proud of you, what you've achieved. And I'm happy to be sitting here and chatting with you today.
Thank you, sir.
And I also see Abhishek with us here today, Abhishek Banerjee, an actor par excellence.
Hi, sir.
And he has transitioned seamlessly from Hathoda Tyagi in Patalok and to now his role in Unkahi Kahaniya. So welcome, and happy to speak to you too, Abhishek.
Thank you, sir. Yes, pleasure, sir. Pleasure talking to you.
So what have you been doing these days? How is
hi.
Yeah, you both have to say hi to each other. When was the last time you met each other?
I think we spoke. So I was. I think we spoke during break.
4-5 days back.
4-5 days back, and I was just delivering the DCP for Breakpoint. I know we're talking about Unkahi Kahaniya, but we just
That's okay. Let's keep this fun, interesting.
Yeah, we just got our docu-series out of Mahesh Bhubati and Leander Space, which came on 1st of October. So just going mad with that. So then finally I took a break now. So
good.
So yeah.
So Ashwini, I'll start.
Unkahi Kahaniya, yeah.
But I'll start with you. Before that, you started with making ad films, and then short films, right? I mean, you've done almost everything now. So what is the difference in doing each of this? What's the challenges that are there in each of these genres?
I feel so everything teaches you, every medium teaches you something, and I've carried forward my almost 20 years of experience in ad films. Then during ad films, writing, the digital medium came in, so you were writing 1-minuters called digital films, and then you were writing radio, and from then radio you shifted on to making feature film. For feature film there were short films, from short films now web series. So it's kind of different. Everything teaches you one thing, which is basically what are you saying and why are you saying it and how are you saying it. So this is one thing which each medium teaches you in any whatever you work on. As a storyteller, I do feel it is very important to ask yourself every time I'm making something, to ask, for whom am I telling this story, why am I telling this story, and how am I going to tell the story? And once that is clear in my head, then the medium is just an extension of how you're going to be writing that piece of work. Is because in a short film, you're supposed to write it in a shorter period of time. You're directing, sensibility changes. Right now, we did the docudrama, that sensibility completely changed. And now when I'm going to be directing a series, I'm actually studying camera angles, is because the amount of camera angles you use in a feature film, you do not do that kind of work when you're working on a web series, and also interaction with the actors and how you work there. So yes, every medium is a learning experience.
So tell me, how did Unkahi Kahaniya come about?
Unkahi came in because Ronnie Screwvala and Ashi Dua and Netflix were keen to continue the whole legacy of anthologies, and we started working on it about 2.5 years back, and then the pandemic hit. So the brief was very simple. It was love, but then we started writing during the pandemic. So we had a very different meaning of love, because we saw a lot of migration happening. We saw so many people going back to their towns. We saw the idea of loneliness which came in. And our chapter with Abhishek Banerjee was about a migrant who comes to the city and feels somewhat not accustomed to the whole idea of being with people, is because he comes to the city to work, to earn money, to dream big. But in this due course, he becomes very lonely and he doesn't have too many people to talk to. And that's where he starts finding affection. I won't use this word called love, but affection in terms of someone to listen to him in a mannequin.
And Abhishek, how was it? I can't see Abhishek. Abhishek, are you there?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, Abhishek. So stay here, Abhishek. I mean, don't go away.
Yeah. I'm trying to listen.
Just stay here. Don't go away. We can't have you going away. So, can you hear me, Abhishek? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Unfortunately, I'm shooting in Film City, and Film City has very bad network. So
Great. So Abhishek,
it's good for shoots, though.
How was it? Because Ashwini said she wouldn't call it love, she would call it affection. How was it to be to play that role where you are actually you're lonely and then you have to show your affection and you're talking to a mannequin, and you have to emote as well?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I think. Yeah, I mean, I knew that this is something was very challenging as an actor, because you do not have a co-actor who you can react to. So, half the times I think actors rely on reactions, and that's what it is. Acting is reacting. So when you know that, you're not going to get that from someone in front of you, it is going to be difficult. But then how do you approach a character like that? How do you approach a relationship like that, where, you are in love with a particular object and you have to be, as honest as possible with that love? And then I realized that somewhere, I think, we call it, the word is self-love. I mean, when we love ourselves, and we somehow, sometimes we talk to ourselves, we motivate ourselves, and we are, we don't have anybody to talk to, and probably we have lot many people who are around us, but maybe we are not able to communicate ours, whatever is inside, to them. So then I just chose that route, where, I just needed to communicate whatever is inside my heart to this beautiful, mannequin, and believe that she is not judging me. She is not, trying to look at me or question my emotions. She's just feeling it the way I am feeling. So probably every time I was speaking to her, I was also speaking to myself. That love was also towards within, what is inside of me as a.
Beautiful. Again, he's gone. He's vanished. He's run away. He's run away. Okay, don't worry. He will come back. So Ashwini will get back to you. So do you think this anthology format of storytelling has come of age?
Yes. See, what had happened was that when anthology came in, that time the excitement of anthology was really there, is because it was about getting different kinds of stories and telling a story in a short format. But then what happened in this pandemic, there was like a shower of anthologies which came in across all platforms. So yes, I understand that people might get little, it might just get little overbearing that again yet another anthology. But I do feel that as storytellers, if you have a good story and a story which can be told in a certain length, and also getting to co-direct with two different other directors is also something which is very nice, is because three different directors who have three different styles of telling stories come together, and everything still looks very similar. So when we all was looking at each other's films, we were almost thinking, how does the thought process start impacting us as directors when we know who's the other co-director going to be there, in the other anthology? And things were seamless. I do feel that short stories will never die like short stories in books. We always like reading that, and that will always be there. It's just that, again, with the changing times, what you say is very important.
Of all the work you've done so far, which one would you say was the most exciting, challenging?
That's very difficult, sir. Challenging.
No, it's not a trick question. I'm just asking you, genuinely asking you.
Challenging. I think each of the films are very challenging. I'm not being diplomatic here. Because when I started off with Nilpate Sannata, I was very new into the industry, not new to the idea of filmmaking because I've made a lot of ad films, but long format, how to shoot and everything. But that taught me a lot is because that gave me the confidence that even in a small place like Agra, with all kinds of conditions, I could tell a beautiful story, which was loved by all. And even today, that film is like when people look at me, they say, "Oh, you've made Nilpate Sannata." That gives me a lot of joy, is because more than introducing myself with my name, if I get introduced by my movies, I think that's more joy, that's more happiness. Also, the kind of movies I've been making, if it spreads joy, if it inspires a lot of people, if it aspires so many people, that would be very important for me. Not that I do not want to make thrillers, I don't want to make psychological films, but I do feel that the more and more stories I say, if it inspires and make people happy, that would be great.
So tell me, I mean, now that you worked with almost every platform, how has your experience with Netflix been?
So yes, I've worked with every platform actually. Now to think of it, yes. For me, the moment Netflix had arrived in India, it is like, like when we see the ad agency, then there would be one ad agency which you will always like to work with, is because it has a very international appeal, and you kind of have a gold mark, tick mark there. So during my growing years, when I was studying art in Sophia Polytechnic, and I wanted to join an agency, I had like tick marks. Okay, it will be Leo Burnett, it will be O&M, that kind of agency. So here, when Netflix and Amazon came in, so for me it was like, a tick mark. Okay, you have little goals to achieve. So yes, Netflix would be that. I think that says it all. Also, the way they're very structured, and that I like that, is because I come from corporate background. So I kind of enjoy that way. 6 months in advance, we know what we're going to do. We need to deliver everything 2 months in advance. So I'm not like sitting 1 week before and figuring life. So that as a maker, a structured, disciplined place, and again, getting the why, what, who correct is what I really like.
Is Abhishek here or he's vanished?
Yeah, he's there. I think he's there.
Abhishek, are you there? So tell me, I mean, now that it's okay. I mean, he doesn't want to talk. He thinks I'm the mannequin right now.
No, he's come.
So come back, Abhishek. Abhishek, I thought you don't want to talk to me. You're mute. You're on mute.
That face of Abhishek feels like, oh my God.
Where have I
I need
landed?
to screen grab this. He's gone again.
Okay, no, that's okay. So tell me, I asked this question to the previous panel as well, because this the title of this event is Digital Reinvent,
Yeah.
Promax OTT Digital Reinvent. So tell me, what does digital reinvent mean to you personally? How do you
A digital reinvent means to me that I can now tell stories in a longer format, in a longer duration, have multiple characters, and tell stories which I may not be able to say in a 1.5 2 hour movie. I do feel that now we have a lot more ideas which are pouring in, is because we know that there are mediums where we can achieve that. The joy of creating a web series, I truly enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward for my next also, is that there is a sense of characterizations, cinematography, what you can do with music, and what you can tell in form of the storyline, which we may have scrapped a lot of ideas, is because we felt that would not be, we cannot say it in a 1.5 2 hour film. So the joy of telling longer stories is what is I like, and that's what is reinvention of digital, or invention of digital, or whatever we, new age digital, whatever we call it, is that filmmakers have the ability, or storytellers have the ability, now that Abhishek is here and this thing, storyteller and actor, have the ability to tell different kinds of stories without thinking of what and ifs and all that.
Great. I have a question here
Sir, I
from.
have one more. I have one more point to it, and which I truly believe in, is that because of the digital medium, because of telling series or all these long formats, I'm getting to work with all kinds of talented actors.
Next time you should do a show called The Disappearing Act.
Yeah.
And put Abhishek in it.
Yeah.
Because he comes.
He's here, he's back again.
Okay.
Abhishek, I'm answering for you too many questions now. Why don't you come online? Connect on your phone.
Okay.
I'm connected on my phone Wi-Fi. It's still not happening.
No,
Yeah, you are talking in.
Russian.
Sir, quickly asking questions.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Abhishek? No,
Yes.
Okay, you can.
Yes, Abhishek, just share your audio and not your video. Maybe that will help.
Yeah.
Share your
Just share.
audio.
Okay, I'll try and do that. Yeah. Does that work now?
Yeah, that works now. So just tell me, there's a question for you from the audience which says, amongst Patalok and Stree, which character did you enjoy playing the most?
Enjoy playing the most. I think I enjoyed Stree the most, because it's a comedy, and it's like you can enjoy on those sets, everybody's chit chatting, having a good laugh. Patalok was quite a task. I mean, I think the first 4 days I didn't speak to anybody on set. I had to keep myself away from everybody, because anyway my character doesn't talk, so I needed to kind of focus on that and not being distracted by conversations. So it was more tiring. Patalok was more tiring. It was more strenuous. I broke my arm in one of the shots, almost broke my arm in one of the shots. So it was physically tiring, emotionally tiring. It was tiring character, to be honest. But I would love to do something like that again. I love to tire myself as an actor.
Wonderful. So, quick question. Before you go, before you do the vanishing act, I'll get the question. Okay. So, tell me. I mean, somewhere I saw you mention that you are a product of. You're an actor because of the internet medium. What did you mean by that?
So basically, when I was in Bombay, it's like 5 years back, I did a small role in TVF Pictures, one of their best shows which came out. And it was a time when I was basically being or they didn't think that the potential to act, or they didn't think probably I looked like a so-called actor. So there are too many not agendas, to be honest, but there were too many filters for somebody to become an actor. And what we had always thought while doing theater was that अगर acting अच्छी आए तो मतलब acting करने को मिलेगी. But that never happened. And so that was the first time when I did one small tiny bit and I got recognized amongst the crowd, which was probably the school going crowd, the college going crowd, the
That's okay. Ashwini, I'm coming back to you. So there's a question from the audience for you, Ashwini, which says, what according to you...
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Should I continue?
Yeah, please.
To be honest,
Abhishek, I think we will, because we are running out of time, but thank you so much. It was wonderful. I'm going to get you on one of my Fridays live, and we will have a longer chat and we will discuss all these things. I'm moving to Ashwini
Sure,
now.
sure, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you're going to come on that. Okay. I'm going to reach out. So, and Ashwini, I'm coming to you now quickly. So this question is from the audience, which says, what according to you is one of your best series that you watched?
Oh, there are far too many right now. And it all started off, I think, during the pandemic when I started binge watching all kinds actually. So don't please doubt me for my likings of all kinds. But maybe Emily in Paris I really liked, and there's a Spanish show called oh God, I forgot the name. So it's like Sex and the City, but it's called Valeria. It's a Spanish show on Netflix. Then I really like Foda. Then there is there's so many. there's a range of. Recently, I liked Mayor of Eastwood or East. I've always Easttown. I always forget Eastwood or Easttown. Then there's Little Lies. There's so much. There's so everything.
Okay, this is my question to you. My last question to you for the day before I let you go. Web series or films?
Oh God. How do I answer this? Okay, so if I have to tell story which is in a longer format and has seasons, like has many episodes, and the story lends into that, then of course web series. If I want to tell a story which I has to be in cinema, which would be a more of a family viewing where you want everyone to come together, enjoy. That would be cinema. Then I'll have to work on that. Is because for me, like the Bareli Ki Barfi interval scene, when you go into a theater, just walk into a theater and see everyone laughing and clapping together and siti bajawing, that I would never be able to do on a digital medium. But at the same time, in a digital medium, I could tell stories which are more one-to-one, and still I'll get a lot of direct messages saying that, you know, I connected to them. So connecting to my audience in different mediums is what is important for me. So yes, both. But going forward, I feel I think my next 2 projects are web series. So that's what it is right now.
Yeah, but that was the most honest diplomatic answer.
No, not honest diplomatic answer, but so every
You can't choose.
There are a lot of permutation combinations. Like suppose I have to make a feature film, but then the time taken to make a feature film is really long, because it has so much of permutation combinations involved in it. Whereas for me, making a web series, like I said before, I'm getting to work with all kinds of actors now, and that's so much joyous, because every actor from even smaller towns are coming now and putting themselves forth, which is so great. That gives so many actors, technicians jobs. Everyone is busy. That's good to hear, that everyone is busy right now. I don't have cinematographers for the next 6-7 months now. They're all busy.
That's good. That's excellent.
That's good. That's really good.
That's one thing the OTT has done, is given democratized talent, democratized and given work to a lot of people.
Art directors, cinematographers, writers, and especially actors of various kinds who are really shining.
You seem to have a lot of fans. I'm getting questions here on the chat board. It says, what do your kids like to watch, given they are digital natives?
Oh, wow. So I think this question Nitesh should answer more, is because Nitesh is the one who watches so many. They have like a movie time happening every day. So the recent message was that, Papa, can I please watch the current show? Nitesh, which is that one? Squid Game. He's just sitting opposite.
Nitesh, show your face, yaar. Kam se kam chehra to dikha do.
Tell Raj sir hi. So Squid Game is the latest one. which Nitesh said no.
Nice to see you,
Sometimes,
Nitesh.
don't worry.
You can answer
Nice.
this question. You can answer this
Yeah,
question.
he can
What-
answer more
what-
actually.
What do
This
your
is a
kids like to
surprise.
watch? Yeah, this is a surprise package. I wish I'd known him. I would have got him right in the beginning. I told him to make him sit next to
No,
you.
Yeah.
I was quietly hearing all the conversations.
So tell me, what do your kids like to watch?
Come inside.
If they're given a choice of choosing themselves, then it's a very different thing. If I make them watch, then it's my choice. So given a choice, they like to watch. Currently, what they're watching, they watch Investigators, which is more of a kiddish thing, or they watch the Boss Baby series, or they watch The Floor is Lava. But with me, they have to watch Forrest Gump and Saving Private Ryan and all Pursuit of
Iconic
Happiness.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah. So like she
Because-
was saying, my daughter sent me a message saying, can I watch Squid Game? And I said, no, beta. She said, why, Papa? I said, it's got a lot of adult content. So she said, and they're only 11. So
Yeah.
she said, it's only blood, Papa. I can handle blood. So they've been hearing there's a lot of peer pressure, because there's a lot of chat happening in their groups on watching
Yeah.
Squid Game. So I
Yeah.
said, no, beta, there is certain nudity also, which I would not want you to watch at this age. So if you have to watch it, you watch it in my presence, but not when I'm away. So we are right now not at home. So
Okay.
yeah, that's where we left it at.
But amazing. It's nice to know that your kids are as involved as you in this. This
Raj, sir, you should ask Nitesh this question between web series and.
I'm coming to him. I'm not letting
Yeah,
him go so
since you've
easily.
caught him now.
Now that I've
I
got
got-
him, I'm
got caught.
not letting I'm not letting him go so easily.
Come,
So
come.
tell me,
Yeah.
if you have to choose between, no, both of you you're fine, you're in the frame. So I asked this question to Ashwini, so I'm asking it to you as well. You have to make a choice, and this is not a trick question, okay? So you have to make a choice between web series and films. What would it be? And why?
I would let my story decide that rather than me deciding it. If I personally feel that I have a story and a kind of execution which is going to convince people to shell out that kind of money to come to theaters and watch it, I would make it into a feature film without a doubt. And if I have a story which kind of doesn't really meet the criteria of becoming a feature film, which is, say, for example, if it is episodical in nature, if it is much longer, if it's going to be very difficult to put it in 2.5 hours kind of a window, then maybe I would want to do it in a series format. So, I mean, I think it's the story which will decide ultimately. I would let the story decide.
No, great. In fact, we are running short of time. Otherwise, I would have got both of you. I could continue with both of you for an hour. I'm going to reach out to you for my Fridays live, and both of you are going to come together, and we will do a 1-hour show where we will chat.
I'll be very
Quickly,
happy
Thank you,
to
sir.
do that.
yeah, but before we go, I want to ask you, since both of you have been from an advertising background, what is the one campaign that has stood out to you in recent times?
For me, it is the reinvention of I would not say reviving Cadbury's from a girl's point of view. I think that was outstanding, and retaining Shankar's music and getting the guy to be the girl.
Yeah,
The casting was outstanding.
was
I think it
mind-blowing,
would be
yeah.
that. That for me, it's that. Yeah. Otherwise, hard
Uh,
question. Maybe.
I may sound like picking my own work, but
no, that's not bad. That's not
but
bad.
I would be fair and I would name another campaign also. But I think we broke the format, and by the latest KBC ad which we did, which was 3 short films, each 2.5 minute long.
Yeah.
Which I personally thought was very courageous from a client's point of view. Plus, the kind of reception it got was quite overwhelming. That is something which is very good I've seen in a long time. The other ones which kind of hold my attention every time they come on screen are the Spotify ads.
Yes.
So those are the ones which stand out for me.
Yeah, but I honestly also feel the ones that stand out for me is the credit
The cred
Cred.
ones.
Cred ones. I really like the cred ones. I think, especially the
Except that I-
second lot.
Except that I still don't know what the product is.
I was coming to that, but it's okay.
But we
I also
don't.
like that. I also
I-
like that.
We don't. I like the execution. I like everything. I do not know what the strategy was, but it's nice. It's nice to see something at least different out there.
It's working for them.
It's
Look at the
working for
valuation.
them. Yeah,
Look
the
at the
valuation is too
valuation.
good. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
advertising is all about. Thank you so much. It was wonderful. And I'm so glad that I was able to get Nitesh also together with you, Ashwini, and you are brilliant. And thank you so much. And like I said, we will catch up soon.
Yes. Thank you so much, Raj sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Raj sir.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Andy.
Andy.